As I sit here having a drink of water and pondering where to go next, I thought I'd talk a little bit about metal detectors. I get asked an awful lot, Bill, what's the absolute best metal detector for gold hunting? Well, we all use certain brands of detectors, and once we've mastered that detector, that's the right one to use. Learning your detector is of the utmost importance, probably more important than actually figuring out which is the absolute best detector. I've used a lot of different gold detectors. I will say, if you're going to be out gold hunting in the desert or elsewhere, buy a detector for gold nugget hunting. A lot of the coin relic machines out there struggle pretty bad in the soil, especially in the desert gold fields where the mineralization changes constantly. But knowing your detector is the key. I know some people that have successfully hunted with coin relic machines out here because they know their detector well enough to be able to do it. Some of the newer coin relic machines coming out have a very effective gold nugget mode on them, and the settings work quite well. Having a gold machine set up properly is where people get in trouble. You've got 3 settings on the machine that are of the utmost importance. Your threshold, just like the book says, you want to have that set to a steady rhythm, kind of like a mosquito in your ear. That's the old cliche, but kind of a, it's not going to be a steady sound, a smooth sound. It's going to be more of a rhythm. And you want that rhythm so you can hear it clearly, but not loud. And that is basically the voice of your detector. Listening to that rhythm and something to disturb it is a target. When it's disturbed, you get a like that. That's something to stop and investigate. That little hiccup could have been a little gold nugget. And the other one is going to be the ground balance. And it works hand in hand with the sensitivity or gain, whichever your detector calls it. If you're ever in an area where you just can't get the machine to ground balance and you're in factory presets, chances are your sensitivity or your gain is set way too high for the area you plan to hunt. A lot of people think they got to crank that gain up as high as they can to hunt, and basically what you're doing is shooting yourself in the foot, because the machine is now being fed too much information from the ground and it's not able to keep up with itself. And you get a lot of false targets and a lot of noisy ground as a result. And your machine may not ground balance. No matter what you do, you're pumping it up and down, it's just making squawking, screeching noises and won't ground balance. A lot of times you find you turn that gain down a little bit, it'll balance right out for you. Ground balancing, you're looking for the same sound going up and down. And on some of the newer machines, it actually goes completely quiet. The Gold Monster 1000 is an example of that. It's a whole different animal with its 24-bit processor and the way it operates. Pretty cool machine. That's one of my favorites. On other machines, you want to get that sound going up and down the same. Not quiet, but the same going up and down. And sensitivity adjustment, I'll tell you how to get it done and get it right. And you're going to find people that argue, will say that I'm full of beans, that you need to run it wide open. They're wrong. They're just flat out wrong. Taking you turn the gain or your sensitivity, whichever it's called on your machine, all the way down once you get the ground balance and your threshold set properly. Turn that gain up very slowly until you hear it start to get erratic. At first it'll be very smooth, and as you turn the dial up or push the button, the machine's going to start going from a nice smooth threshold. There's your nice rhythm like that, and you're going to start getting spikes in it. You'll start going kind of like hiccups. When you get that, you've gotten past the point where your gain is going to be effective for you. Okay, because now it's going to start getting more information than it can handle, and it's going to start being noisy. So you want to turn back from the first time you hear it get unstable, about one click or one push of your button, and hunt. And you may have to adjust it several times throughout the day, but you're going to find out you're going to get better depth and you're going to get better clarity on targets and a much more stable machine to hunt with. Turning the gain all the way up will work on really shallow targets, small shallow targets. You may find some of those, but you're going to miss a lot of the deeper targets because you're not going to be able to penetrate the ground properly. And I'll go more into some of this later. I just wanted to give just a quick, easy setup for people. Keep that gain down, folks. Don't turn it all the way up. All you're going to be doing is shooting yourself in the foot. Okay? More on this later. I can shoot her out.